Good morning, children. Welcome to your online biology class. In the previous class, we discussed about the structure of male and female reproductive system. Now, let's recall the different parts of human female reproductive system. Children, look at the diagram. The diagram shows human female reproductive system. A human female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, oviducts, uterus, cervix and vagina. And the functions of these parts we discussed in the previous class. What is the function of ovaries? Yes, ovary produces the female germ cells called ovum or egg, and also it produces the female hormone called estrogen. Then oviducts or fallopian tube. It is the site of fertilization. Uterus. The embryonic development takes place in uterus. Then finally cervix and vagina. This part receives the male gametes, sperms. Males can produce millions of sperms at a time. But females can only release one egg in a month. When a girl is born, ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. On reaching puberty, on reaching sexual maturity, these starts maturing. And one egg released by one ovary every month. Children, with the help of penis, the male transfer the male gametes into the female reproductive system. So, the vagina receives the male gamete. The male gamete is motile, So, sperms move through the uterus and to the oviduct. At the same time, ovary releases one ovum and that ovum moves through the oviduct. As I told you before, oviduct is the site of fertilization. So the male gamete fuses with the female gamete in the fallopian tube or oviduct. Then what is the byproduct of this fertilization? Yes, zygote. Zygote is a single cell. So, after the fusion of male and female gamete, it forms a single cell called zygote. The next step is the cell division. That single cell undergoes cell division and it forms a mass of cell. And these mass of cells move towards the uterus. And finally, that mass of cell attaches on the wall of the uterus. That cell mass forms embryo and further embryonic development takes place inside the uterus of the female reproductive system. The embryo requires nutrition and oxygen for its growth. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. You can see placenta in this picture. This is a disc which is embedded in the uterine wall. It contains villi on the embryo side of the tissue. On the mother's side are blood spaces which surround the villi. This provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. And the embryo is growing, so it will be release waste materials. The removal of the waste materials from the embryo is also a function of placenta. The excretory materials as well as the carbon dioxide is removed to the mother's blood with the help of the placenta. The development of the child inside the mother's body takes approximately 9 months. The child is born as a result of rhythmic contractions of the muscles in the uterus. Now you may think, how does the twins are formed? Yes, here is the explanation. Normally, one ovum released by the female parent and it is fertilized by the sperm and it forms a zygote. Look at the picture. That zygote sometimes at the time of cell division it splits to form two zygotes and these two zygotes develops as two embryos. This is a monozygotic condition and it forms identical twins. But in rare cases, the female produces two ovums and these two ovums fertilize by two different sperms and thereby it forms two zygotes. And that two zygotes develop at the same time in the same uterus. This condition is called as dizygotic condition and it forms non-identical twins. The uterus prepares itself every month to receive and nurture the growing embryo. Thus, its lining becomes thick and spongy. Because this would be required for nourishing the embryo if fertilization had taken place. But if the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. The lining is not needed any longer. So the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. In human beings, 46 chromosomes are there in each and every cell of their body. These chromosomes are arranged in pairs. So, in each cell we are having 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of these, one pair of chromosomes determine the sex of the individual. That is why it is called as sex chromosome. So in male, XY is the sex chromosome and in female, XX is the sex chromosome. So each cell of the male parent's body contains 46 chromosomes. Likewise, female parent is also having 46 number of chromosomes in their cell. And you know that during gamete formation, male produce sperm and female parent produce ovum. Sperm and ovum are also single cells produced from the parent body. And during fertilization, this sperm and ovum fuse to form another single cell called zygote. So children, if these gametes, that is this sperm and ovum contain 46 chromosomes, then what will be the chromosome number of the zygote? So you will get it by 46 plus 46. Then what will be the result? 92, isn't it? Then the young one will born with the chromosome number 92. But it is not taking place in human beings, we know. All the human beings are having the same chromosome number, that is 46. Then how do this chromosome number maintain generation after generation? During gamete formation, a special type of cell division called meiosis take place in gametes, and this cell division reduces the chromosome number to half. That is, 23 chromosomes are present in sperm and 23 are present in ovum. So 23 chromosomes from the male parent and 23 chromosomes from the female parent are present in the zygote. So it forms again 46. And hence the number of chromosomes maintained in generation after generation.
The sexual act always has the potential to lead to pregnancy. Pregnancy will make major demands on the body and the mind of the woman, and if she is not ready for it, her health will be adversely affected. Therefore, many ways have been devised to avoid pregnancy. The methods that are devised to avoid pregnancy are called as contraceptive methods. There are many advantages for this contraceptive methods. First one is it avoids pregnancy and thereby control population rate. Some parents used these contraceptive methods to make a gap between two childbirths. And these contraceptive devices also prevent sexually transmitted diseases. AIDS is an example for sexually transmitted disease. We can call it as STDs. STDs means sexually transmitted diseases. They are of two types: bacterial infections and viral infections. The examples of bacterial infections are gonorrhea and syphilis. And the examples of viral infections are warts and AIDS. What is the full form of AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, then which virus causes AIDS? It is caused by HIV, isn't it? So AIDS is also spread by sexual intercourse. So by using these contraceptive methods, we can also prevent the transmission of this type of STDs. Children, there are 4 types of contraceptive methods. The first one is mechanical barriers. Condoms on the penis and similar coverings worn in vagina are the examples of such barriers. They make a barrier and prevent sperm to reach the egg so that the fertilization cannot occur. The second one is by changing hormonal balance in female's body. Oral pills are the examples for that. In this method, eggs are not released and fertilization does not occur. The third method is by using intrauterine devices. Intrauterine means inside the uterus. So these devices are placed in the uterus. The examples are loops and copper T. The last one is surgical method. In this method, the surgeries are done to create the blocks in vas deferens of male and fallopian tubes in female. Examples are vasectomy in male. Vasectomy means making blocks in vas deferens, and tubectomy in female. Tubectomy means the blocks are made in fallopian tube or oviduct. So children, this chapter is completed.
Dear children, I attached a YouTube URL to watch the animation of the topic. I also attached notes and test questions. Download the notes and study that answers today itself. Do the homework. Attend the test questions. See you next class. Till then, bye.